Welcome to the Weekends Over podcast. I'm your host, Alex. I'm here with Taylor Thompson. Taylor, say hola.
Hola.
Max, say konnichiwa.
Hi.
Good job. So we're here back to talk about our predictions from last week, and Taylor's just really quickly going to go over our basketball predictions, and then we'll start talking about some NFL stuff, the Super Bowl. So Taylor, just go ahead and do our predictions, roll our records.
Uh, Last week I just had it up. Oh yeah, I won last week. I went 11-3. Alex went 10-4, and Max went 8-6, which brings our very early. We just entered February. Our total records now to me at 40-17 in first place. Alex is 37-20, and Max is 32-25. So yeah,
How
Not
about
bad.
locks and sneaks?
me and well, so obviously Max had some stuff come up, so he didn't do a sneaking a lock. At least I didn't see it. But okay, but me and Alex really got screwed because the line moved in the Auburn LSU game at the last second because it was 13.5 and it moved to 11.5 like on the last day. So he did not hit his sneak. I didn't hit my sneak either. But I did hit my lock because Tennessee beat Florida, beat the fuck out of them. We can talk about that in a minute. And then Alex
Missouri.
also hit
Yep.
Missouri skull fuck Mississippi State. So Alex hit his lock. So
So
eh,
honestly, like
pretty good
picks,
week.
I mean, picks last week, they were fine. I mean, if you
Yeah,
used
yeah,
us
yeah,
and
yeah, yeah. Yeah, of course we're not. It's not like our NFL and college where we're not doing lines and stuff. So
hmm
if you're just in a pick 'em, use us. But
yeah. But all right, this is
Super Bowl.
yep, Super Bowl week, and I know we kind of gave our thoughts on the matchup, but we're just going to go a little bit more in depth. And right now, the Chiefs are favored by 1.5 points.
So it hasn't moved all week. I actually predicted they would be underdogs last week on the pod.
I think a lot of the people are kind of doing the same thing. We're like
Well, it's actually moved,
the
hasn't it? Because
Chiefs.
It was one last week. Now it's 1.5.
So I mean, people are just like, man, it's the Chiefs. They're just gonna win. They're gonna figure out a way to win. So I'm just gonna kind of give y'all my in depth look at what I think's going to happen. I already told Max and Taylor about it,
I
but
was about to say real quick before you do this. I just want to. I'm gonna let you two go at it because you two both have different opinions on this. So we talked about it before the show. So
yeah,
let
I
y'all
mean,
go at it.
I think the Eagles should be the favorites. I think the Eagles are going to win, and I think there is one key fact:
Did you say Eeyore?
Eagles. I'm sorry, but if you look at the Chiefs playing in the playoffs, there's one thing that they've been allowing, and that is actually rushing. So Joe Mixon had a really good game against them, and so did James Cook. So I think, I mean, we've seen what Saquon's been doing this whole playoff, this whole year. I think that's going to give them the edge. I think Saquon Barkley is going to be the person to put the Eagles on top. Max, what's up?
What's up?
What's up?
Chilling.
How do you feel? Obviously, you have a different opinion than me.
I mean, my gut says Eagles because they've been playing better, but my wise mind that I've acquired over many years, says that the Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes is a better quarterback. They got a good defense. I know they had some rushing yard issues in playoffs or whatever, but it doesn't matter. Patrick Mahomes is the quarterback, and he finds a way to win.
Yeah, I mean, so that's kind of how I was this whole year about them. I was just like, you know what, the Chiefs are going to find a way to win, and it would not surprise me at all if they did. But I really do think I think the Eagles are a better team. I think their defense is very like they're probably not as good as the Chiefs, but they're comparable. I mean, they have had a good defense this whole year, and I also think one thing is obviously the Jalen Hurts and Patrick Mahomes matchup is going to come down where Patrick Mahomes is most likely going to win. But people forget when the Eagles played the Chiefs back in the Super Bowl a couple years ago, Jalen Hurts probably had his best NFL game ever. Like he played his tail off. He made some throws. I mean, he was just dealing the whole night. Obviously, they did end up losing, but I mean, I think Jalen Hurts is going to go out there and he's if he plays like that, then I think they're going to win. I mean, obviously he hasn't done that this year, but he really hasn't had to. And also, I look at the offensive weapons. I think the Eagles have so much more than the Chiefs. Devontae Smith, AJ Brown, Dallas Goddard. I mean, I I I understand why people are picking the Chiefs. They're a very good team, 15-2. But I mean, they're going for the three-peat. That's already hard enough. And I mean, I think the Eagles have it.
The Eagles probably should have more motivation.
Yeah, definitely.
I get like the whole three-peat and
I don't
everything.
know.
No,
That three-peat's never
well,
been
hold
done
on. Well,
before.
but
True.
I agree. I agree. So there's that. But I also just like you kind of mentioned it. Like it's been 2 years, but if you go back and watch that Super Bowl, like the Eagles pretty much were up 3.5 quarters, and then at the end the Chiefs just kind of won. I mean, the Eagles kind of dominated the game. They probably should have been up multiple scores at halftime. They couldn't get to that. But they kind of dominated the pace of play. They kept the ball. Um, I do think this might be a lot lower scoring than people think because I do think they both play in that sense of they try to control the ball. I mean, it's not going to be like if you had Buffalo and Detroit there, where they're
Hmm.
just like, probably a better example might be Baltimore and Detroit. But you get my point. Like just going up and down, I think they're going to try to limit possessions. And I'm not necessarily saying there's going to be stops, a lot of stops. I'm just saying like not a lot of possessions type thing. So it
Hmm.
might be lower scoring, like 24-20, 24-21.
So I want us to give our like score prediction for this as well. So I mean, Taylor, I mean, you just said yours. Say it again,
I think the Chiefs are going to win 24-21.
Max.
Give me Chiefs 30-27.
Okay, I'm gonna take the. Give me the Eagles and give me 34-33. 34-30. I think it's going to be a sneaky high scoring game. I
What
also
was yours,
have
Max? What was yours, Max?
30-27.
What did he say?
30-27.
30-27. Okay.
And now I want y'all to give me your MVP of the game.
Taylor Swift.
No, someone else.
Xavier Worthy.
I like that. That's a very sneaky one.
hmm I like him anytime touchdown on the prop bets.
Mm-hmm. Max.
So we're going sneaky MVP pick or just who we think?
No, I didn't mean to be sneaky. I'm just trying to like
Oh,
deviate. I mean, you're if you take Patrick Mahomes, you're probably smart because if the Eagles win, it's probably Jalen Hurts, and if the Chiefs win, it's probably Patrick Mahomes. That's how
Okay.
that works.
Mine's Saquon.
I'm gonna go Pat
Okay,
Mahomes.
well, if the Chiefs win, it probably will be Pat, unless they give it to Travis Kelce, so Taylor Swift can come on the stage with him, and they can have like sex, like mid MVP, like presentation.
You write those
Wouldn't
down,
that be
Taylor?
nice?
Uh, okay, yeah, I got me and Max, and you're going with Saquon.
Saquon. Yep. Now we have one more prediction. What color is the Gatorade?
This is always stupid.
What color is the Gatorade?
It's two colors, right?
No,
Doesn't
there's
each
one.
team?
I mean, obviously, but they're both not going to dump the Gatorade with the coach. The losing team's not going to do it.
So the Chiefs are going to win, so it's going to be yellow.
Okay.
No, red, 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 red.
Max, what color
It's
is
gonna
the
be
Gatorade?
orange.
Give me, give me the sneaky one. Give me purple.
It's not gonna be purple.
Give me
It's not going to
purple.
be purple.
Give me
That's
purple.
racist of you.
Yeah, it's so racist of you, bro.
Uh, is there anything else? I mean, Taylor gave his like prop bet for a touchdown
I
for
like Xavier
Xavier
Worthy
Worthy. I can give
in
you mine.
attempts. How about this? How about this? Let's go a little crazy. First touchdown. Who gets it? Mine's Saquon.
Jalen Hurts rushing.
Hmm. Give me Antonio Brown.
I
I
don't think.
mean, not Antonio Brown.
I,
Other AJ Brown.
I thought. See, the thing is, we thought you were serious.
I was gonna say I don't think he's playing. The
He could.
CTE ESPN will be broadcasting though live stream.
I heard. You ever hear who Taylor Swift's dad is?
Oh God, no.
Slender Man.
Slenderman.
Yeah.
I saw someone talking about her, and they were like, it was one of the football players. They were like, I walked up to her, and I was like, damn, she's taller than me. Anything else for the Super Bowl this week, guys? I mean, anything else I
What?
want
Yeah,
to
what?
add?
Uh, I wish it was like not Chiefs Eagles.
Really? I think this is a good matchup. I'm down with this.
Bro, I
I
don't
mean, the
want the
Lions
Chiefs.
making it would have been cool.
I don't want the Chiefs to win again, but God bless, dude. I can't sit there and pull for the Eagles.
Too many Alabama players.
No, it's their fans. I
I hate
actually,
their fans.
it's their
That's one
fans.
reason why I like.
Actually, there's more Georgia players on the Eagles than there are
Yeah,
Alabama players, if we're being honest. Their whole defense is like the 2021 Georgia or
yeah.
20, not 20, yeah, whatever. The team that lost to Tua, right? Or is it the team that lost to Tua? Are they
The
that
team that
Beat to it.
that that
beat
we that
TCU?
no Bryce that Bryce beat in the SC championship game, but beat
Yeah,
us in
yeah.
the national championship game.
Oh, yeah. You're right. So yeah, that whole defense. No, so I just hate their fans. Like
Same.
Max was saying, I hate their fans. They're so entitled and annoying.
Well, Barry McCockiner is an Eagles fan, and I will support the Eagles as long as he does.
How do you and Barry McCockiner get along? You know, like hates LeBron.
No, he does not.
No,
I
he
heard, I
loves
heard,
LeBron.
I heard he's,
He loves
I heard,
LeBron.
I heard he's changed. I heard after this trade he hates LeBron now,
You
and he
need to
loves Tom
go.
Brady. I heard he
Oh,
loves Tom Brady now, and he hates LeBron.
then you need to
That's
find
what.
your sources because that
LeBron's
is.
been dependent on a bunch of guys over his career, hasn't he?
We'll talk about that later. Anyways,
Yeah, Alex is gonna. Yeah.
y'all just want to piss me off.
Oh, we will. That's all I
SEC
got on Super.
basketball. Taylor Thompson, give us a roundup of like what happened this weekend. Auburn had a
Well,
big week,
let me
two
just
wins.
let's do it like this. I'm gonna go through some of the scores, and then y'all just tell me if y'all like want to talk about a certain team. I know there's one team I want to talk about. There's really so tennis. There's a group of teams I want to talk about real quick. They're so bipolar. So Tennessee, Florida, and Kentucky.
So
They
Tennessee
had
lost
they
to Kentucky, but then they beat Florida,
Florida and Florida's lost to Vandy, but they've beaten the shit out of Tennessee by 30 at one point,
and then
and
they
then
got beat by 30.
and yeah, so
And then Kentucky beat Tennessee, but then they lost to Arkansas.
bro, if you're a Kentucky fan and you left
Oh,
the
that's a
if you left
heartbreaker.
you leave in the arena early, that's some bitch shit.
Your old coach
You
is
booed him.
coaching the worst team in the SEC. They're coming to your house for his first game back, and you lose.
Let's watch it on the worst team in the SEC. I think that solely belongs to South Carolina now.
You can
Mm,
say that, but South Carolina loses by 5.
yeah, like
I'd actually argue.
they're just as bad.
They're like
Mm,
13-8 now.
I say they're more talented, but they've been just as disappointing.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I mean they're
yeah.
definitely. One thing I'll say is
Let's see, just real quick.
Kentucky's not making it to the next weekend for and
Well, they just don't defend. They don't.
they're not gonna make it to Sweet 16. They're not going
So
to.
in games that they shoot really well, they win. In games that they shoot okay, they lose. I
They're
mean,
not
they give up
making it.
89 points at home.
They'll be out by the first weekend, probably around 32.
I'm just going through some. So that was Wednesday. I do want to talk about Alabama, but real quick, let's talk about Auburn's 2 games, and then let's talk about Alabama after that. 'Cause I think Alabama had a more impressive week to me, but
Auburn best team in the nation, easy. They're just really good. I mean, there's no
um,
way around it. Y'all did allow a lot of points, but it doesn't matter.
yeah, that was weird. That was a weird game against Ole Miss, I'd have to say, because I don't
On
really
this on
think
the road, I mean, tough environment. They're gonna have some
they shoot
sauce.
our downfall, if we have a downfall, if we have a weakness, is we don't get to the free throw line a lot, and we foul a lot, and we teams get to the free throw line against us a bunch, which it happened against Ole Miss, but we shot 14 and 28 from 3. So it just Ole Miss tried to trap us, and I mean I'll
That's
give
what
y'all
they
some.
did to us. That's why we lost.
I know here's the thing though, for whatever reason, because y'all are tall too. I mean, it's kind of hard to trap a team that's taller than you at every position.
They
We
did.
they did. We turned it over 22 times,
It's an outlier game from y'all.
and then
That's
we
like the weird.
Yeah,
shot.
definitely.
That's just as an outlier game
Then we
from
shot
y'all.
70% from free throw. So
We did a good job of like I think we end up with 12 turnovers. They lead the nation, I think, or they're third in turnover percentage. They're really good at turning people over. But we turned the ball over 5 times in the first 5 minutes, and we finished with 10 turnovers, I believe. So over the rest of the game, we only turned it over 5 times after that. Uh, Big thing we did against Ole Miss was the extra pass. So like, okay, I can't do this if we're going.
There you go. You're good now.
Okay. So they would trap us. We would dish it out to somebody, and then they would close, and we'd kick it out for the extra pass, and we get the when we in wide open threes. Miles played really good. Broom played good. Broom's
Broom's
probably Broom's
MVP.
probably
Well, it's probably gonna be Cooper Flag because he's a freshman, but Broom, he's right there behind it. But I bet they give it to Flag.
probably. I was
But he,
impressed with
you,
Broom. I was
one
impressed with
thing,
Broom this week.
one
23 and
thing,
14 in 2 games, basically.
one thing I will
Average.
say about Broom is he does move like an old man. Some people might call him Al Horford's grandson. Yeah.
Yeah, he's effectively slow.
Yeah, it
Listen,
Look,
works.
when I said that,
It's
I
not
wasn't
hating.
trying to be a dickhead. I was being like a compliment. Al Horford's raw, like, but he's very
Yeah,
slow and methodical.
yeah, he's not
I'd slap
quick.
his neck.
Uh, that three he hit. Did you see that three he hit? The step back three? I was like,
Uh-uh.
bro, that's such bullshit. He hit like a step back three like he's a guard. Like right before the end of the half, and then he turned around and the whole crowd was flipping him off. But it was a fun environment. Auburn's, we'll get into it more on
What's
picks.
y'all's
Auburn
record right now?
20-1.
What do you think your end of the season record is?
I mean, I have a hard time saying we're going to go 16-2 in the league. So right now I'm giving us 15-3, 14-4. So what is that? We're at 21 right
25
now.
and 5?
Yeah, something like that, or 26-4, something
I was
like
gonna say
that.
25 and 5 would be a horrible finish for y'all.
15-3 at this point. I think we still have 3 really first of all, every game's losable, but if you just look at the games, we still have to play Bama on the road, Kentucky on the road, and A&M on the road. So those are 3 losable
A&M's
games.
overrated.
I
So
know,
is
but it's
so
senior
is
night.
Kentucky.
It's their senior night. I feel better about Kentucky than do A&M just because A&M
A&M's
defends.
more physical, and like
Yeah.
at home they are tough. I mean, when we played it earlier in the year, and we snuck out of there with a win, but it was a tough environment.
Um, yeah, so just like one more thing on Auburn, and we'll get into in picks. But it was a good week. We went to LSU, won by 13. I mean, probably should have won by more, but it was never like we were going to lose. So LSU, honestly, if we're talking about worst teams, they're really athletic, but they don't have
They
any.
get some athletes though, man. That guy who
They,
plays
they,
football too is
yeah.
athletic.
But all right, so enough of.
Let me ask y'all one thing. Biggest winner of the week, and then give me your biggest loser. I'm gonna give you my biggest loser right
I
now.
think
Iowa
Alabama.
State.
I think Alabama, when it comes to the SEC title race, was the biggest winner
Yeah, that was.
because like we're gonna talk. Iowa State was the biggest loser.
Mhm.
Absolutely. I mean, they're falling apart.
Vandy,
Vandy. Yeah,
Oh
that was
God,
a
Vandy.
that's a good
terrible
one.
loss.
So here's the problem with Vandy. If they can't turn you over, they're not going to stop you on them. So it's just like they don't have the athletes to play defense. But do you want to talk about Bama? You want to talk about Bama, Mississippi State, and Bama,
First
Georgia?
off, shout out Josh Hubbard. He was him against us. He was clowning
He
some of
was
the
Yeah.
shots he was
okay. I mean,
making.
yeah.
He was just on one of those
Yeah.
where he couldn't miss. I mean, he was hitting shots, guys all over him. I mean, good on him. He's a good player, but
Shout out Chris Youngblood.
we Youngblood said none of that shit. I'll hit 7 threes too.
So like,
So
of course, like just mentioning this game because I really just want to talk about State. But y'all took care of business against Georgia at home, of course, as you should have. But that win at Mississippi State, and I know Missouri like went in there and won by 27. I don't care. Mississippi State did that thing where they let one loss
Yeah,
turn into 2 losses. Like that. That's just
we kind of
that
sucked
was
the life out of them.
yeah, it
yeah
kind of. This
yeah.
kind of sucked for us though. After it looks like a really good win, and then I mean, I think
It's
it is a
hard
good
to win.
win,
It's
but
hard to win there.
if
But I told Alex on the pod last week. I said y'all at Mississippi State are what us and Ole Miss are. Like they go give you these good games. I mean, we blow them out when they play us at our place, and then on the road they give us these good games, but we always win. Like that's what we do at Ole Miss. Like we did. Like, they played pretty good against us, and we still won. Like Mississippi
One,
State played awesome against y'all. Mark Sears, I know he still turned the ball over in
he
that
had a
game.
good game.
He got better, but it bounced back.
One
What's
thing
his
I want to
name?
say, what you talking about,
Mo
Youngblood?
Mo Diabate.
Debate? Yeah.
He reminds me of Herb Jones.
He is mini
Yeah.
Herb Jones. Exactly what he is. He's just a gritty guy. He actually can shoot. He hasn't. I don't think he's made any threes this year, but last year he actually had a few games where he made some threes. But they don't ask him to attempt threes, so he doesn't. But he's just kind of that defensive guy. They'll let him get the ball, take it to the rack, try to get an and one. Plays really good defense. He's starting to get more minutes, by the
Reed
week.
is too. Reed is
He
looking
just
good.
he doesn't have to shoot in y'all's offense.
No,
You'll have enough shooters.
One thing about this Alabama team that I love is obviously we have Grant Nelson, we have Mark Sears, but they're just it can be anyone that can win us the game. It can be anyone.
Fuck, Aiden's
Aiden's
Aiden
been
Holloway.
yeah.
filing Youngblood. We saw him do it. I mean,
More impressively, honestly, right now y'all are playing good with Phylon. I'd say it's probably his worst ball of the year.
mhm.
Yeah.
I saw something where he's like 13 out of his last 53 from the field or something like that.
Yeah,
He's
since
some
SEC play, he hasn't been great.
dude, it's so
He's
rare.
still active though, and he's a good defender. Like he's still,
A lot
good,
of
but just
energy.
hasn't shot the ball great.
It reminds me of Aiden last year. The only difference is Phylon can play defense, so he's kind of useful. And
Yeah,
it really did in non-con. That's kind of like I've impressed with Tahad for Auburn just because he hasn't hit that little. It's a lot harder in conference play. But yeah, I like how many
especially
guys.
this year.
Yeah, I like yeah, Aiden, Mark. Grant. There's you just got you
Cliff,
got guns after guns. And Cliff is kind of going into like
Cliff's
probably
just
playing
glue.
his
He's
best.
getting better.
He's
He's
just
getting
glue.
better.
He's that
As
people
far as
can.
just getting the boards, and that was our biggest issue earlier this year was he wasn't. We thought he'd be a more physical presence down there getting boards, and you've seen Nate Oates kind of have to get on his ass about it. And the past two games, he definitely, that game a couple weeks ago where they bench Mark and Cliff, and then Cliff comes in the second half and has a great second half. I think gets 9 rebounds in the second half, and in the last game, I think he had 11 rebounds or 10 or something like that, and that's all we ask from him. He's not going to be a scorer or anything. He just has to play defense and get double-digit rebounds. That's what we need from him.
Cliff
Mhm.
Cliff is actually a pretty skilled big man. In this not in the sense of so like some of the stuff like the post ups and stuff like y'all just don't do post ups. So you don't get to see it. Although he has like they have posted him up a couple times, but
A
like
few times,
honestly,
yeah.
he could post up all game. Like so I kind of like him. He's important for y'all, especially
I
against some of
mean,
these. If we're just talking like the Auburns and the Dukes, when you play the Auburns and the Dukes, like you're gonna need him because
He's
like
huge.
to be honest with you, like Auburn and Duke both have two big guys that you like. So like Nelson's gonna have to be on one of them, and then like it's important. Like so when the matchup in a couple weeks, he's gonna be on Cardwell. Like defensively, keeping him off the boards, and it's important.
And I would say the backup for those guys is Sherelle, who actually had a great game last week.
hmm
He can actually shoot the three. He has a good touch on it, and he can shoot. And he actually played really well down low on getting rebounds and stuff like that. True freshman, like to see that, but he may have to come up clutch at some point, because he gets minutes, whenever he's subbing Grant or Amari out. So. He'd be
Y'all
one to
are
look out for.
y'all are finally starting to like have that positive regression when it comes to shooting.
Yeah, we're shooting
Yeah, we're
better
starting
now.
to
Yeah,
percentage is getting a little bit better.
I don't think it'll get. I don't think you're gonna get up to like as a team like 37 or
No,
38 from three. But
no.
part of that's because of how many possessions and how many shots you take. But if y'all shoot 34 or 35, y'all were shooting 29 at one point earlier
Yeah.
this year. But if y'all are in the mid 30s, like 33, 34, 35, that's
We're
fine.
fine. Yeah.
And Sears, Sears has worked on his turnovers. I kind of, me and Alex talked about this on the last pod. We were trying to figure out why he got benched. I don't think it was his offense. I think it was his defense and his
It was
turnovers.
defense. Yep.
Because his mom went on Facebook and said that whatever about somebody has an off night shooting. I don't think that's why he was being benched. Like, of course you're not going to shoot good all night, but you don't take your All American out because he's doing everything else okay, but he's just missing his shots because you leave him in. So
Nate Oates has said so many times, he's like, I don't care if you miss shots. Like, shoot open shots, but his main thing is you
Shit.
can tell he said defense.
I've seen him bench guys because they didn't take open shots.
Exactly. Yeah.
I do like that I do like that he's letting Aiden shoot. I hate this so much. I do like that he's letting Aiden kind of shoot his mid-range floaters. Actually,
Yeah.
I don't because it makes y'all a lot better. Because at first Aiden wasn't doing that, and I know that's kind of not necessarily like Nate's style, but in the end, it's just the same thing as a layup, pretty much.
Yeah. I mean, if he's good,
So
if they're good at him, you got to let him do it. You know.
yeah, I mean that's a strength of his is the floaters. That's like part of the reason in high school I was so good at finishing at the rim because you didn't know if he was going to lay it up or float it. So, um, I don't have anything else on Bama
Y'all want to
for the
go into pick'ems for this?
real quick. Let me look at I thought there was one other team I wanted to talk about.
Oklahoma got it. I mean, they had a big win. They needed
Yeah,
that.
they play Auburn and Tennessee this week.
Mhm.
That's going to be fun. They get Tennessee at home though. I want to shout out. I want to talk about two teams real quick. I think Texas is bouncing back from that rough start. So I think Texas is a tournament team.
Mhm.
They had a good week, and then Missouri. And
Missouri.
Missouri's not getting talked about enough. I don't think. I think right now, other than obviously Auburn, Alabama, man, I think the next right now, playing wise, maybe not ceiling. I think Florida's probably got a better ceiling, but Missouri is very good. That
One thing
dude,
I'll say
that
is
freshman they have is yeah.
we've been saying they're good this whole time. We've
Mhm.
been saying we've like Missouri's good. So
They're one of
Um,
those teams that they get to the free throw line, they play good defense, they turn you over,
mhm.
and
Yeah,
then they got that freshman. They got a few guys who can shoot it.
they got what two losses this year? They lost to Texas a tough game, and they
I think
lost
they
at
got
Auburn,
three
and
or
they lost.
four.
No, Missouri's only got two.
Are you sure?
Yes, Auburn and Alabama. Auburn's undefeated. Alabama's got one, and then
Three. Oh yeah, dude.
Missouri's got
SEC play.
two. I think they only have three. Didn't they go undefeated last week?
Who?
Missouri.
Missouri? No, they lost. No, yeah, they did.
I'll tell you right now, I have the standings. Yeah, they're 6-2. Alabama's an 8-1. Auburn's
I was
8-0.
saying like total. They're 17-4.
Oh yeah, but we're talking about conference losses.
Okay.
But 17-4. Anyways,
Pretty good.
Bad week for Mississippi State too.
ooh,
Bad week for
Terrible.
Mississippi State.
and then we'll talk about their week this week. I don't think it gets. Well, they get Georgia and then they play Florida. No, they have a week off until they have the bye week this week, like Alabama does. So that's all I got. It was an interesting week. If you want to do picks and then you want to do picks.
Oh yeah, I'm just looking at Missouri's schedule right now. They lost to Illinois by 3, beat Kansas. I mean,
Pretty
yeah.
good non-con.
Mm-hmm.
They just
Lost
don't
to,
lose. They don't lose at home. That'll be really interesting. Uh, I was looking at Auburn, Alabama before they play each other. Like Alabama has to go to Missouri right after they play Auburn, and Auburn has to play at Vandy right before they play Alabama.
sneaky
So
games.
those are two trap games, really.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I mean, let's go ahead and start this one off. This is tomorrow, Wednesday, Oklahoma at Auburn.
That's tomorrow night at 8.
Oklahoma at Auburn.
I
Oklahoma
think
just
the
got
line is 16.5. It's a fucking enormous line.
I'm done
Vegas
picking
can't
lines for Auburn.
Vegas can't figure Auburn out. Well, Auburn's honestly not been great against the spread in conference play.
Every time I
Like,
pick their spread, I lose by a point and a half.
but we're not doing lines, but you get what I'm saying. Only on sneaks and locks. But
Yeah, Oklahoma got a big win against Vandy. Good job. You're playing at Auburn. You're losing. Auburn wins.
uh,
Sorry.
Max.
Yeah, Auburn's gonna win.
Okay, so just real quick, my analyst on this. Oklahoma actually leads the conference, I think, in 2-point, 3-point percentage. Don't know if anybody knew that. So they're really good at shooting the ball. They got that Fierce kid. He's a lottery pick. They don't rebound the ball well though, and they're terrible on defense. Kind of a deadly combination to try to go into Auburn if you can't rebound and your defense isn't good. I still think it requires to beat Auburn this year. It's going to require some type of defense. Because like Ole Miss went in there and didn't play good defense, and like Chris Beard and Bruce, I've never seen a coach do this, but he just kind of agreed with him. We shot 14 and 28 from three, and Chris Beard's like, yeah, Auburn's not losing if they shoot 50% from three. I mean, maybe against Alabama, but that's about it. So yeah, need a good defense to beat Auburn, I think. So I take Auburn.
Next up is Vandy at Florida, and both teams coming off of bad losses. I'm
Florida.
very tempted to take Vandy to beat Florida because Florida just got like it wasn't close the whole game. Vandy was playing close somewhat, but Florida's at home. They have the better team, so I'll just go Florida at home.
Yeah, Florida, they rebound and play defense.
Florida's might blow them out. They're frustrated. They come off only scored 44 points. Bad spot for Vandy.
Next is Kentucky at Ole Miss. So this is
This
an
is a big
interesting
one.
game. Yeah, Ole Miss really needs this win. So does Kentucky, though. Honestly, just losing to Arkansas at home. Uh,
I mean, I
man,
think I think I think Kentucky needs it more based off of what teams' expectations are. I mean, if you look at it, Ole Miss is basically. I think Ole Miss can go 7-11 and make it. But even their 8 wins, they're only 4 wins away from making the tournament. That's all they're trying to do.
yeah, true. Give
Kentucky
me
can't
Kentucky.
defend. Yeah.
Give me Kentucky.
Give me Ole
Give,
Miss.
give me Kentucky. Kentucky.
Ole
Kentucky needs it.
Ole Miss because Kentucky can't defend. So I don't know if
Ole
they're going to
Miss
go.
can.
And Ole Miss can. I mean, don't look at the Auburn game. But really, like what the Ole Miss still this year has probably the most impressive win at
Yeah.
Alabama. I mean, I don't really know if anybody's got a better win than them. You can't look past that.
Well, when Alabama beats Auburn at home, you know,
I still think I maybe, but I honestly winning Ole Miss going to beat Alabama might be a better win.
nah.
If you beat us in Auburn, yeah, it's the win of the year. If you're
Yeah,
talking
that's
about
what's gonna
that,
happen. Yeah,
is that what you're talking about? Or are you saying like
that's
in
the
Alabama?
no, that's what I
Yeah.
said.
Uh,
Sweet.
Sweet.
all right, cool.
Next up, man, I'm so happy that we get to choose this game.
Hey, real quick, I just saw something. Apparently, Oklahoma has somebody that y'all used to have on your team, Wagyu or something like that.
Yeah, Muhammad.
Broom hates that guy, so that Broom might get him kicked out of the game. He might go to the ref and tell him to kick him out of the game. Running joke because everybody says Broom gets to talk to the refs like he's LeBron. And everybody's doing the Angel Reese joke now. Thanks, Max. I saw it on Twitter.
Yeah.
He can
Taylor,
shoot the
you have
ball.
this
I
game
mean, Angel
wrong.
Broom.
Do I have it wrong?
Yeah, he's put Arkansas at LSU. It's Arkansas at Texas
Oof. Where did I get Arkansas?
because the next game is LSU at Georgia. So I think he just read at it.
Well,
But
Arkansas and LSU play it on Saturday. I might have just missed Arkansas, Texas.
okay, well, Arkansas at Texas. Arkansas just
No,
got
no,
through.
I got that wrong. Yeah, I just got it wrong. My bad. Go ahead.
Arkansas at Texas. Texas bouncing back. Arkansas big win. Is this our Arkansas gonna rally? Are they gonna get? They gonna try to push?
I think they're looking ahead to Alabama on Saturday
Yeah.
night. Give me Texas. I really
Give
like
me
Texas.
Texas. I like Texas too.
Give me
Don't do it.
Arkansas. Give me the Hogs. I'm riding Hogs.
I think Arkansas loses, but they still go 1-1 this week. Just kidding.
No one else riding Hogs with me?
No, you ride the hog by yourself, bitch.
Yeah, mama. But LSU LSU at Georgia. I don't even care. Why are we picking this game?
UGA.
UGA, yeah.
Give me LSU.
That'd be
This is
horrible
why
for
you go.
Georgia.
This is why you go 8-6. Because you just pick these games. You should.
One
It
of
doesn't
these weeks I'll be right.
Yeah.
it doesn't really matter till tournament time.
14-0.
Yeah.
Undefeated, never lost.
Max is gonna pick all 4 16 seats to win in tournament. So
One
Could
of
be
them
right.
will.
Probably. So next is Missouri at Tennessee. Big game, big game, big game. Man, Tennessee had such a weird week last week. Like, how do you kill Florida like that, but then lose to Kentucky?
how do you kill Tennessee and then lose to Arkansas?
Yeah.
It was a weird week in general. The league was on full display last week.
Give me Tennessee statement win. Tennessee wins at home.
They might even put up 70.
Yeah, give me Tennessee too at home. Defense too much.
MIZZOU. Missouri
Next,
statement win for Missouri.
yeah. I mean, I honestly almost did that one as well. South Carolina at Kentucky. Max. Max, are they gonna do
it? Should I take a cock?
it?
Should I take a cat? A pussy. Give me the cats.
Yeah,
South
same
Carolina
here.
sucks.
Same here.
They don't suck, but they can't win. Their play team is pretty close, but they just can't
Well,
win.
well, it's a little bit different when they play on the road. They do
Yeah.
suck. They play good at home.
Oh,
Give
Kentucky.
me Kentucky. Yeah.
your mom plays good at home.
Hey. Oh.
I don't know what my mom did, but okay.
Texas at Vandy. Man, Vandy is
This is
gonna
a
need
tough.
this one.
Hmm.
Yeah. Give me Vandy. Give me Vandy at home. I'm picking home teams.
It's a pretty smart strategy.
Yeah.
Give me Vandy. I like them at home.
Give me Texas. They go 2-0 this week.
I could
Ooh,
see that. Yeah. I
I
mean
could see that too. This would be a big.
that put Vandy on the ropes then.
Well, anytime any one of these like mid-conference teams that has a 2-0 week, it puts them just so far ahead. It's not like,
Mhm.
Auburn, Alabama going 2-0 is like business as usual, but like if you have a Texas or an Ole Miss that goes 2-0 this week, that'd be pretty big. Ole Miss has a chance too.
Ole Miss at LSU. Yeah. Ole
Hmm.
Miss is gonna beat LSU.
Talking about going 2-0,
Who was the other game?
Kentucky at
Yeah, I
home.
mean they definitely could. They
Yeah.
definitely could. Ole
Is
Miss at
that what?
LSU. Give me Ole Miss.
Yeah.
Ole Miss.
Ole Miss. Sorry.
Tennessee at Oklahoma. Give me Oklahoma. Give me Oklahoma. Oklahoma needs a big win. Another one.
Give me
Tennessee's
Tennessee.
Tennessee.
nah. Mississippi State at Georgia. That's actually kind of a big game.
Wow. And I think
Yeah.
State has the bias. That State
Uh-huh.
has to win this game, but Georgia does too. Now Georgia like getting close to like see you later in for tournament hopes. Mississippi State is for a different reason.
Hmm.
I don't know. Fuck, this is a tough one. Give me
Give me
Mississippi State.
give me State.
Give me State as well. They bounce back from going 0-2 and
I think they
get
just have the
them.
better team.
Yeah, they have a better team.
Yeah, honestly, this is kind of bad luck if you're Georgia. You didn't really want them to come in like 0
Mm.
in their last two. Um, Yeah. Hopefully that
Alabama,
dude does. Hopefully that dude doesn't have a dunk to tie the game or win the game. He'll try to throw it off the backboard like a dumbass.
Alabama, Arkansas, Bama.
Sneaky good game though. Like I
Yeah,
can see this
definitely.
be. I can see this being like the Ole Miss Auburn game in the sense of like I think Arkansas is going to play a good game, but like even with Arkansas playing a good game, as long as Bama plays a B+ game, they'll win.
Hmm.
Yeah, as long as Alabama doesn't have turnovers, they should win. I'm going Bama.
Me too. Probably a game of the week.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, I've
A
some.
well,
Go ahead.
yeah, A&M at Missouri.
There's three good games this
Ooh,
Saturday. There's
yeah.
three good games this Saturday. Oh my gosh.
There's a couple good games this Saturday. I mean,
Mhm. Give me Missouri because it's in Missouri.
I'm taking Missouri.
They both kind of play the same way, but the Missouri will get the whistle.
Give me A&M.
All right, Max, I'll let you take the final game. Florida at Auburn.
Ooh, give me Auburn. Florida offensively just doesn't have enough.
I know what he's doing. Go for it, baby. Go for it.
Give me the Gators. I took
Okay.
Ole Miss last week. Didn't work out. Guess what? Florida gets it done. Auburn finally loses that second game, and I think Auburn can breathe a sigh of relief that they finally do it. I think that'll calm the nerves down.
It's in
It's for
Auburn.
y'all's benefit. It's for
It's
y'all's
in
benefit.
it's in Auburn. You know that,
Y'all
right?
y'all need it. Y'all need a loss. You don't want to go 29-1, Taylor.
No, I don't. I
Yeah,
absolutely do. I
you
do
don't.
not. Do not. No, no, no. Keep me away from that. Um, I definitely was more worried about this game going into the Tennessee game. The week before we played Tennessee, I was more worried about this game than I was Tennessee. especially with the timing of it being 7 days away from Alabama. And Florida is, I think, better than Tennessee. It's super scary. I haven't really picked against Auburn, so I'm not going to for like,
I probably
superstition.
shouldn't.
But like, yeah, I could see Florida, man, if I could see Florida giving Auburn problems, especially their guards if they come to play. I do need to see the health of was it Walter Clayton? He was kind of banged up in the Tennessee game. We'll know more on him well they play Tuesday, right? So we'll know more about them on Tuesday. Um but big game, big game. Man, we've had some yeah. We get this and then we get Bama. God bless on the Saturday games.
So you're taking Auburn.
Yeah, I'll take Auburn just for superstition, but I absolutely don't think it's outlandish to say Florida wins. I think they're one of the teams that could win in Auburn.
Mm-hmm.
The top 5 SEC team. Tough
Mm,
game either way.
They're top five. I think they're a top five team in the country when they're playing their best ball.
Especially, I mean, honestly, right now, I mean, there's a clear three that you were talking about: Bama, Auburn, Duke, and then, I mean, Iowa State's getting their ass kicked right now by
So like that's
They
Kansas.
fell off.
Maybe
so like
Houston, but
right now.
Houston just lost too.
So right now, to me, like those three have separated themselves in protection of being a one seed. Like I think those three. Like obviously, there's so many games left, so of course they could not be one seeds because they could like lose 4 or 5 games. But like, I think if these teams lose 2 or 3 more games, they're still one seeds.
Yeah,
Like, I mean, Auburn versus Alabama in 2 weeks could just be to see who's the overall number one seed. But I
Yeah.
mean, like, really, which is important for like geography. I know Auburn really wants the South because they get to play in Atlanta in the Sweet 16. So, but yeah, they've separated themselves. And honestly, it's really I don't know who you'd have as the fourth one seed right now. Just if we're doing like current bracketology, because like Iowa State's kind of been that team that's been in there with Auburn, Alabama, and Duke. But you can't have them there now. They've lost 3 in a row.
I mean,
Kansas just we didn't even talk about Kansas was up 40-21 against Baylor and at halftime and lost by 11. They lost 81-70. They were up 40-21 at halftime. I'll let you do the math on that. 60-30. 60-30
I
in the
mean,
second
honestly,
half.
the other ones you got Tennessee and Florida right
I,
there.
I think Tennessee right now is just by virtue of
Yeah.
beating they're the
The
one
only other one I
they're
could
the
think of would be Houston.
yeah, but they screwed up like you said and lost to Texas
Hmm.
Tech. I
That's
tend to
not a
think
horrible loss, though.
tend to think the Big 12 tournament champion, if it's Houston or Iowa State, will or Kansas will get that. I don't know. Kansas is not a one seed right now. They're
They'd have to
barely
win out.
they're not even a 2 seed right now.
They'd have to
So
win
I
out.
think if Houston or Iowa State win the Big 12, as long as they don't, I don't know. It's hard to tell me. It's hard to say the Big 12 champion won't be a one seed.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yep.
right now I think it'd be three SEC teams.
All right. It's so
Hey,
funny.
real quick, just before you get into NBA, I saw we were talking about NFL earlier, but Miles Garrett is requesting a trade, and
A lot going on right now.
Cooper Cup is
He's
saying
not
that
getting signed back.
he's not getting signed backs.
Also,
Well, no, the team said that they're trying to trade him.
That's what I'm saying.
Mhm.
He's like leaked it that they want to trade me.
also, last time we were all together, I said Brian Grubb, OC.
Oh
Bama got
yeah,
him.
Yes.
Let's go. That's
Excellent.
awesome.
Excellent. That's good for us.
yeah, that's a good pull for you guys.
That's DeBoer's partner in crime for the last 12 years. So, finally got our his
Was
guy
that
back at offensive coordinator.
was that Pen
Sheridan's good. What's up?
was that Penix's
Yep.
coordinator at Washington?
Oh, yeah. I mean, Grubb's been with DeBoer's for past 12 years.
Got the gang back together.
Yeah, and then Sheridan's still going to remain on staff, which kind of sucks for him. I kind of feel bad for him. It's like, damn,
He'll
But
get it.
hey, man,
He'll get a job next year.
He
It's
just
it's
he
yeah,
just
it's
got
it's it's too late in the cycle. That's why
he
he's
just
doing that.
he just got cucked.
No, I mean
yeah, he
it's
did.
They're
just
calling it.
it's super late in the cycle. So he'll
I
just.
mean, but either way, it's just like, sorry, dude. If should have been better.
Mhm.
I mean, he's probably still getting paid what he was getting paid to do less. I don't feel
Yeah.
bad for him. They're not going to take away his money. They can't. So he's
Maybe he can
getting,
learn something.
yeah. I mean, he's probably going to get a coordinator job next year.
All right.
De'Aaron Fox, man, what a big trade that was.
Shut up. Shut up.
I didn't hear about this.
No, listen. So, the NBA, I was going to do a whole spiel about how stupid it is that they are retiring Iggy's number for the Warriors. I'm gonna do a little rant, and then y'all know what I'm gonna talk about. Retiring Iggy's number is the stupidest thing that has ever happened. The NBA is so soft on people retiring numbers. They're eventually just not gonna have enough. They're eventually not gonna have enough like numbers left that they're gonna have to unretire numbers. But Iggy played for the Warriors for 5 years. He got the gayest Finals MVP that has ever been recorded. He got Finals MVP for holding LeBron to a triple double in the finals, averaging 31 points. It is the stupidest thing ever. If anybody should retire his number, it's the 76ers. He did so much for them and he was so much of a better player. And it's just so stupid to reward somebody for like, oh man, okay. He was the fourth best player at his best at the Warriors on the team, and they retired his number.
Well, he was third until KD got there.
No.
Iggy's better than LeBron.
Steph, Clay, Draymond were always better than Iggy.
Okay,
True.
so he was really fifth. Really,
And when,
for
I
the-
mean, yeah, once KD gets there, and Loki, if you're gonna retire Iggy, retire Livingston for the best jump shot that NBA has ever seen for 3 years.
I think it was pretty. That dude had the easiest job in sports, being Steph Curry's backup during his
He
prime.
just high posted guards and turned around jumpered them every time.
But yeah, I just saw that, and I'm sorry. Like, I obviously I know what we're about to talk about because we have to, but that pissed me off so much. I saw that I was like, y'all are so stupid. But anyways, okay.
Before you get into the Lakers thing, like let's do the other stuff because you're gonna start talking about the Lakers here. So like,
Well, y'all are gonna start trolling me, and y'all are gonna piss me off. Is what's gonna happen.
right. So let's do the other stuff first because we might like Alex might leave. So De'Aaron Fox to the Spurs, and they didn't
De'Aaron
have
Fox.
and they didn't have to give up really anything. That was pretty impressive.
De'Aaron Fox to the Spurs was a great move for them. They got their point guard for the next 5-6 years easy. Now they obviously gonna pair him up with Wemby, and also like they're not gonna have a good record this year. They're not gonna really win anything, and they still have the Hornets pick for this year, so they could get Cooper Flag as well.
Mm-hmm.
Is Greg Popovich still their coach?
Yeah, he's probably gonna retire soon though. He had a
Yeah, he probably is because Trump's president, and he's probably gonna just cry himself to sleep every night. You don't know what's gonna happen with him.
I bet getting Fox extended his retirement though. I bet he'll.
No,
you don't think he'll coach one more year?
He had either a stroke or a heart attack earlier this year. He's probably done after this year.
Yeah, probably done.
Vaccine.
And then so that was big. And I
Well,
saw.
hold on. This is the other part of it. Zach LaVine's at Sacramento now, so big bucket getter. And also, I mean, the thing with Aaron Fox is that they also had Malik Monk, and they weren't really happy with. Fox wasn't happy, so he wanted to trade. But also, Malik Monk is really good as well. So they're just going to bring him up, and then Zach LaVine's going to be their shooting guard. Kings aren't really a threat, I don't think. They were really good a couple years ago when they did the whole light the beam thing, but this really doesn't. I mean, the things that the Kings did get though is they got 3 first-round picks and 3 second-round picks. Obviously, these are all like 25, 2027, 31, 25, 28. So like they're very in the future, but they're kind of starting rebuilding. And also the Bulls got Zach Collins, Trey Jones, and Kevin Herter. So
Yeah.
I mean, the Bulls,
former Hawk.
Shout out former Hawk.
the Bulls were really just tired of Zach LaVine. They were just like, get him out of here. He's kind of a shot jacker.
Yeah, and then real quick because I mean, none of the big trades happened, but I did see like where they're reporting that the Suns are listening.
They're not listening to KD or D Book.
I thought they were listening on Book, but not KD.
No, they're not listening. They I
Did you
saw
see?
that, but they also
I thought I saw reports. Maybe I'm off on that.
there's no way they're gonna listen to D Book. D Book's still way too young. The only way they get him if they got like superstar, but that's not gonna happen. They're trying to get rid of Bill.
And then it was the Warriors. I mean, this is so. I mean, you got to tell me about this because I saw some like was Shams that said the Warriors are interested in they want Giannis. Have you seen that?
No, I have not seen that, so I'll have to look at that.
They've inquired about Giannis.
The Bucks aren't giving away Giannis. The one thing I saw the Warriors were trying to get KD again, and that was like if they got KD again, they'd still suck. Their team's just not that good anymore.
Anyways, so we got till Thursday on that, and then obviously we're about to get in the main event. Let Alex go. I mean,
Steve Kerr's okay right now too.
he's probably like
What's
I
his
think
son's name?
he's Stephanie,
Nick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nick
Yeah.
the Dick.
Well,
Anyways,
how do
I
you
think that's it
say
on
his whole
NBA,
name,
right?
Taylor? Will you say his whole name?
Nick the Dick.
No, Nick, and then
Mm-mm. Nick the Dick. That's his full
anyways.
name,
So
and
the
that's it. Really,
biggest,
no other trade.
the biggest shocking, just out of nowhere trade that's ever happened to NBA that was kept a secret for some reason. So the Lakers traded AD away for Luka Doncic, and they also got Maxi Kleber and some other scrub, and then obviously the Mavs got Anthony Davis, and they also got Max Christie and a pick. So what does this say? First off, obviously Taylor said this earlier and I agree. This is the Lakers looking for their future. It is no longer LeBron centered. And that is fine. They're LeBron's 40. They have to do that. But what else does this also say? It also says that the Mavs are the first team to fat shame a player so bad that they traded him. And that is what they did to that is what they did to Luka. They fat shamed him and said, "You're too fat, go away." And getting Anthony Davis and Max Christie, I think this shows that they want to win right now. I think the way that Anthony Davis fits into their system is a much easier fit than Luka and LeBron playing together. I mean, all they're gonna have to do now is Kyrie. I mean, it's gonna be
Clay.
Kyrie and pick and roll, and then Clay. I mean, pick and roll with AD. Look at Clay. If not, I mean, he's gonna be much easier to put in than LeBron and Luka playing together.
I'm yeah, I don't know enough to comment on this, I guess, but that dude is an idiot.
I
He
don't think
did.
he
You could have got it. You saw where like they were like they could have got at least got Connect, and then like the Lakers talked him out of like putting Connect in there. I mean, I don't understand this really. I get what you're saying about it works better, but you literally had like one of the five guys in the league that could just go out on any night and score 40 points in a playoff game. And you want to know how I know that? Because he did it like 8 times in the playoffs last year on his way to the finals.
So it's so funny for me that they talked about like their main purpose. Like they said, defense wins championships. The last time they won a championship was with Dirk Nowitzki, and Dirk was not a defensive player. He is an
No.
offensive bucket getter. But also, like you just said, Luka just led them to the finals last year. Obviously, last year in the finals, he was bad on defense, but you don't make it to the finals if he's not good on offense.
Okay,
And
well, nobody was beating Boston last year. I don't care how good Luka's defense was.
no.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. I agree with the Mavs.
Do you really?
Luca is a fat fuck. Everyone knows it. He's been eating fucking pasta and lasagna in fucking Dallas. I've seen it on his Instagram. He's been smashing bitches.
Look at Williams.
You want
Him and
to
Zion been hanging out. He's a fat ass. Get his ass out of town.
So it's funny. Well, not funny, but when Luca was like first year, you know how much he weighed? He weighed 220. You know how much he weighs right now?
270.
260.
260.
They have him as 230 on his thing. Hey,
He's not
I will say
230.
this. I will say this. LeBron might be able to like. I mean,
That's good.
if this is true, LeBron might be able to save that dude's career in the sense of like. Have
100%.
you ever heard the story like not LeBron, but him and Kobe? Have you ever heard the Kobe like giving up Sour Patch Kids thing?
Mm-mm.
And like it, like you just gotta if you're gonna play at that level and get paid like that, you just don't get to eat whatever the fuck you want. I mean,
What
it is.
about DK Metcalf? He does.
Well, he's just a freak.
I mean, that's such a yeah. So my question, real quick, because heard the report. So, who was the team they asked first? Because they asked somebody else first, right?
I,
Who,
I so
who do
I
you who do you
saw
think who do you think that would have been? Because they said
Pistons.
you think so?
No.
no, so I saw that they went directly to the Lakers and asked him. I didn't see that they asked someone else first. I mean, if they asked someone else first, then I mean, it's
The
obviously
Mavs. The
I
thing
low
is, the
key
Mavs knew they were gonna say yes. I mean, that's
was that.
kind of a.
Well, Shams in the Shams article, the first team said no.
well, I don't. I
Not for
mean,
the price though. My I kind of was like
the
thinking,
only team that I could see saying no would be asking for Shea, asking for Nikola,
The
or
Thunder. I was thinking it was the Thunder
yeah, Shea. That'd be that Shea or Jokic. That'd be the only teams that would be able to say no to getting
because
Luka.
it's like if it would have been Philadelphia, Philadelphia probably would have fucking done it. Like,
Oh
like
yeah, if they ask for Embiid, they'll
yeah, Philadelphia would have done it. I
Philly would
mean,
say thank you.
I think
I mean,
I don't think Golden State. Like, I'm just going through teams. Golden State didn't have anybody do that deal unless it was Steph Curry and fucking
and
self.
they're not getting rid of Steph no matter what. I mean, honestly, Mavs could have asked for LeBron and they would have got LeBron. I mean,
I do. I think so too.
yeah, 100%. I mean,
I think
Luka,
it's like I told.
I
Like,
told you.
I think this was
No,
for.
LeBron would not have allowed it.
he couldn't
for
say no.
well, he does have a
What?
no trade
Yes,
clause.
he
Okay,
could.
He
yeah.
does have a no trade clause. Who do you think Anthony Davis feels about this? Because like all the the things where he like that reporter was like a week ago was like, what did you accomplish in your time here? And he's like, what do you think I'm getting traded?
Well, obviously,
You
he was
seen that
shocked.
interview? You
No,
seen that
he was
interview?
definitely shocked, and obviously, so was Luka. The one thing for me is, though, obviously, the Mavs traded away their future, and the only way that they win this trade is if they win a championship in the next 3 years. The Lakers now have a 10-year window, if like maybe even more if they keep him for a long time. The thing for me that shocks me is that they didn't shop him. They could have got so much more. They could have
Yeah,
got
I hate.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm not saying they're necessarily dumb for trading. Okay, so maybe I am, but my point is like, okay, if you're gonna do it, shop him because you could have got so much more than they got.
I hate the X posts and Facebook and social media posts about how people are feeling bad for Luka Doncic. They said he just bought a house 5 days ago. It was
15
$15
million.
million. What's he gonna do?
What's that gonna do to his credit score?
He only makes 200 million a year, or about to.
I mean,
yeah.
now the Lakers have to re-sign him. I mean, is
Yeah,
he
they're
gonna?
gonna resign him.
So I'm assuming like also this cost him a little bit of money because he can't do supermax.
Well, he
This
lost
this
116 off of like what his supermax would have been. So yeah,
yes. So I mean, I'm
but I mean,
just
he's a millionaire. He's
no.
he's fine.
Yes, my point is so he's a free agent in 26, right? He's a free agent next year at the end of
Hmm.
next year.
Hmm.
So and he's saying that they didn't even ask him if he
They
was going to
didn't. They
sign
didn't
or not.
ask. They didn't ask him that. They didn't ask
Bro,
AD. They
your
didn't ask
job.
Luca. They didn't ask anyone. They just did it, and
Okay,
then
I
they said,
don't.
"Okay."
Well, I don't really blame the Lakers because honestly, I know what
Oh
they're doing.
no, you
So I
gotta
don't blame.
prepare.
But how do you not ask Luca like, hey, bro, you going to resign with us? And then like,
Because they didn't want him.
if he goes probably not right, but you could have shopped him. You could. They didn't. I mean, I'm not gonna say they got nothing. They got AD, but my point is like, dude, there's some of these teams here with like picks on top of picks on top of picks, and
Oh man, they said, "Hey, fat ass, are you gonna keep being a fat ass?" And Luca said, "I don't know." And they said, "Okay, bet."
I mean, shit.
So
Who's the team that's in the running right now to have the overall #1 pick next year with Cooper Flag?
it's the Wizards, but I don't know if they have their pick.
Wizards.
But then
No, the
it's
Wizards have their pick. It's protected.
okay.
It's
But
it's.
the,
But my point is
the
like I
Wizards are
would
gonna go get that dude from BYU. That one dude.
no. That's next year. He's
Uh,
not even in the league
That's
yet.
next year. Yeah, he's not at BYU yet.
I'll go ahead and fill you in the blanks. He's going to end up in Utah. So
Yeah, that's who bought him already.
yeah. So I mean, yeah. I don't know. That's crazy, man. I thought the tweet was fake.
Yeah, 100%. But like long run, well, for this year, the Lakers are now gonna have to go. Like they were already trying to get a big man. Now they
They
have
have
to go
to.
get a big man because they don't have anyone there anymore. And then I mean, they're fourth right now in the Western Conference. They're like 28 and 21. Luca is still hurt, so I don't know when his timetable for his return is too. But I'm curious to see if he'll be like any more motivated to go in there and
They
like
said
this is
he
what y'all are missing.
they said he's ramping up and he's going to come back sooner.
Jed.
Um,
As far as how the offense is gonna work with Luca and LeBron, I have no idea. I mean, there's both point forwards, so it'll be interesting. But I will say, I mean, Luca's probably never gonna have had like this good of looks in his career, like shooting the ball. He'll have to work on off the ball moving now because like him and LeBron will have to because they're both the primary ball handlers. But I mean, as far as
yeah.
like you want two guys that want the ball and like can make plays to win a game, I mean, you do have those two guys. So I'm curious to see how they play. It's definitely going to take more adjustments. And like I said, for the Mavericks, you just plug AD right in, and y'all are good to go. He's going to do AD things. He's going to go get 26 and 12 in a shot block for y'all. So
Yeah, I mean, it probably in the long short term probably works for the Mavs. But anyways,
I think the Mavs are doing a play for this year. I think they think they can.
this is 100% a play for this year. It's 100% a play for this year.
This year or next year. They're like,
this year, next year. Honestly, maybe more next year than this year, just because we're so far into the year. But like,
I will say, if AD gets hurt, then the Mavs already look stupid. They're gonna look even just so dumb, because that is the one thing that's been AD's problem. He is injury prone, so they already look stupid. If he gets hurt and misses an extended amount of time, Mark Cuban.
Well, he's.
I know you want to run for president in 2028. You already look retarded trading away Luka. Now you're just gonna look even more retarded. You're gonna lose you're gonna be the first person to lose out on a primary for business decisions made in the NBA. Someone's gonna be like doing his interview, like, "Why did you trade Luka away?" He's gonna be like
Donald Trump.
It's Donald Trump's fault. Well, I mean, obviously, we can talk more about like next week when the trade deadline is Thursday. So
let's I mean, they're gonna be some big trades that happen. So I'm curious to see, but
and you'll know for sure what the Lakers are running with center wise and everything like that.
Yep,
because they could have Kessler by the time you say this next week. Although I don't know if they have the pieces anymore to get him.
They'd probably have to trade away Connect, but I mean, honestly, I'd be okay with that if they got Kessler. Kessler's very good.
Well, they probably need,
but he is also future, so maybe they want to keep him around for that. Let's go do our sneaks. I'll start it off. I have 2 sneaks for this weekend. Clemson covers versus Duke Saturday, because they're at home, and then Arizona covers versus Texas Tech Saturday.
My sneak this week is Iowa covering 7.5 versus Purdue on tomorrow. Yeah, I said that right. On tomorrow. Saw my sneak, Max.
I got Marquette plus 2.5 at St. John's.
I like that one a lot.
What's your lock?
Chiefs money line.
My lock is Eagles money line.
So they're going head to head on that. I'm gonna take Indiana. Whatever the money line is, they'll be underdogs versus Michigan. It's in Indiana. I like how Indiana played against Purdue last Friday. Michigan's good. I like Trey Donaldson, but I'm gonna take Indiana with the upset.
Nice. Well, that has been the Weekends Over podcast. Hope y'all enjoyed. Hope y'all can make y'all some money off these picks. We will see y'all next week. See ya.